But yeah, that episode, I remember seeing it because I think I was watching Turtles Next Mutation at the time.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and I was like,
we're not watching that, by the way. We're not doing that.
no, that show is. Oh, I nearly swore. That show is terrible, man. The only good thing about that show is the entrance, the theme song. That's it.
I watched the intro, but that's it. Yeah.
It's Jesus Christ. It is.
Hi guys, welcome to this Toxic Diva episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your host, the white robot who became a black robot, CY Chong.
Oh yeah. I was thinking like, wait, what? Oh, yep, that makes sense. Yeah. And the guy who broke my own back by doing a roundhouse kick and flying out of the ring, and then realistically, I just wanted to leave the show. But actually, no, that's a lie. That's actually a lie. But I left the show and then got replaced by Carl Charles.
Well, okay, let's just be frank here. No one actually wants to leave the show.
No, you kind of get forced into it.
So I watched. So we were speaking about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which was like up to season 3.5, essentially.
Yeah, 3.5. Yeah.
And then you got Alien Rangers.
Yep.
Which is
the back half of season 3. Yeah.
And then you got Power Rangers Zeo, Power Rangers Turbo, Power Rangers in space, which they're not really in space that much, but whatever, right? Just like a space station, but really on Earth with a different color filter sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways, to continue our look at that, and I think they call the entire thing the Zordon Saga. So
yeah,
because Zordon disappears for a while with Alpha 5,
then comes back briefly, and then goes away.
The Rangers then get Alpha 6, who then I was like, yeah, Jive Turkey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Huh. That's.
And then, like you say, Rocky leaves at the beginning of Turbo.
Yeah.
And then the entire cast gets turfed in the middle of Turbo.
Yeah. Because of one character. Oh, when we get into it, I can tell you, I was watching something and I found out why, and I was like, that's.
Yeah, pay rises probably.
None of them. And
then at the end of Turbo, the one kid who was the leftover gets turfed as well, and they get home. Yeah. So, yeah. And then the lady playing Divatox.
Yeah.
Starts with one lady in Turbo, changes to another lady at the halfway through. She was on pregnancy, the original character, the original actress. But then the replacement gets replaced by the original actress, which they don't sell, and then whole new villain for the next series.
Yeah, which has relations to a person in the later season. Yeah, the bad guy is related to a ranger, and then that bad guy, spoiler. It's not a spoiler. This show came out like 20 years ago. She ends up being in the next season as a Power Ranger. Yeah.
Yep. The Pink Ranger, because
the Pink Ranger dies, which is wow. Another spoiler. I remember watching it. I was like, because this is when I started. By that time, I was dipping in and out, and then I remember watching it.
The Pink Ranger, I read the Pink Ranger actress at the time actually had some sort of ailment. I think it was maybe cancer or something like that. She had treatment for.
Yeah.
So they killed her off, which you're thinking is kind of
messed up. Yeah.
But then when she was able, she came back.
Yeah.
To like a couple of cameo appearances and stuff like that. So
technically,
she didn't die, but she, hey.
She didn't. It's very confusing.
Yeah, but I think she was the first Ranger to actually die in battle.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, which is crazy when you think about it now.
So you were going to say about why certain people left?
Yeah, so they left basically. Jason Frank. He wanted to leave and pursue other things, and then so did Catherine Sutherland, the Pink Ranger. She wanted to kind of do the same thing. So original plan was, Tommy was like, oh yeah, I'll do 19 episodes and blah, 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 to give you time to find my replacement. And it was getting closer and closer. And then production's like, you know what? Let's get rid of all of them and then replace with new ones. So like John Young Bosch and the lady played Aisha was like, no, Tony was like, oh, okay.
No, because Aisha got replaced. You didn't mean Aisha, because Aisha got replaced in the middle of Alien Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, as I was meant, Tonya, she was like,
Yeah.
there was them two was like, oh, okay, we had no problem still being in the show, but okay, cool. So then that's why it was just like happened. They had a choice. Oh, by the way, you know. Well, actually, let's talk about Zeo, then we get to Turbo.
No, yeah, but they were told on the makeup lady knew before them and told them as they were getting their makeup done, and you're like, wow, you know, that is something else.
Shady practices.
So let's just Alien Rangers. Let's just cover a bit of Alien Rangers first.
Yeah,
because they turned in the kids, and Aisha is meant to. So they were told that the actress playing Aisha, she'll have a 10-episode arc, just like Kimberly, to write her out.
Yeah.
No. No, we're just 10-episode arc with the kid, right? That's playing you, not you.
Not you. Yeah. You know.
Your character, yes, but not you, the actress. Wow, you know, if they were lawyer speaking that.
Yeah.
But they didn't know. They were just like, you out of here.
You're literally like, that's... Huh.
Yeah.
Something like that couldn't fly these nowadays because, you know, everyone's
what did you think of Alien Rangers, by the way?
Watching it as a child, I didn't mind it, but I was like... Because, I don't know, it just felt like... Not half-assed, but it's like, why are you doing this sort of thing? Like, it's... The alien part, the alien ranger part was just like, okay, this is some scenes we're going to throw in there, but we're going to mainly focus on the kids going to find their Zeo crystals, whatever, which makes sense, right? But then it could have just like, you know what? We don't need to do the Power Rangers part. We can just like have episodes just solely focused on these kids. Who cares about these 5 Rangers we're never going to see again, which is true. So it was like, what was the point? You could have just like, okay, cool, we're going to have like these little calm down episodes where we're just going to talk about, we're going to show the kids getting their powers rather than waste our time with these cheaply looking costumes as well, which is kind of, I shouldn't say that. But...
See, no, I haven't watched the original Super Sentai version of this, but it seems to me like they had to use footage that they couldn't work within the show of how they had it, so they tweaked something else and did it that way, which is like, okay. I mean, as the original shows in Japan, you do a yearly change of cast or whatever it is, you know? Yeah. So things are different all the time. You're like, okay, all right. Yeah.
Which is a model they later copied themselves.
Exactly.
But yeah. It's just, I don't know. Like, the kids' adventures, it interested me. Like, okay, this is something cool I've never kind of seen from the 3.5 years of me watching Power Rangers so far. Oh, that's quite interesting. And then when it switched to the Alien Rangers, I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Because like no build to anything to do. It's like, oh, by the way, there's a monster. We're gonna flash. There's a monster, and they're gonna go and do something with no little character development whatsoever. And I just and the Zords just look like budget versions of. Actually, no, the Zords. Yeah, they were the budget versions of the Shogun Megazord, in my opinion. Yeah. It was. Yeah. I get the point of it, but I wouldn't say it didn't need to happen because it kind of didn't need to happen, but it's what it is.
What did you think of Zeo?
Zeo, I loved Zeo as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I loved it. Like, I don't know, because I remember, I have vivid memories of when Zeo was coming out because I didn't expect it to happen. And then I remember when it came out, I think it was this would date me as well. When it was coming out, they had like a big thing in the Argos catalog of like the Zeo Rangers. I got super excited. And then me and my brother went and ended up getting I got the Blue Ranger, and he got the Green Ranger, and it was like one of the best days of my childhood life. And I don't know, it just felt epic when it happened.
So, what did you think of the Machine Empire?
At the time, I thought they were pretty cool.
Right.
I hate the kid, Sprocket, whatever his name was. Yeah, he was annoying. They kind of sound like a threat. Obviously, like the Machine Empire. But, oh no, Matt, snap! That's not some big thing.
Yeah.
And did they really do anything? Not really, but
no. They didn't match the threat of their name. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they're necessarily a step down from Rito Zed because they didn't really do much themselves. Yeah. However, they seem completely separate.
Yeah.
You know? As much as they tried to link it, they're they're bad guys over there and they're bad guys over there. It just seemed like no, you seem to be from two different shows because you don't interact with each other rarely.
You know? And then it had the same thing I always say about the Power Rangers. I said recently.
Yeah.
Like, it's even with like Dragon Ball stuff like that. It's like, okay, this person is the most known, feared person in the universe. But oh yeah, by the way, there's this other person who's come out from nowhere. Oh yeah, this person's actually more feared than this person. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, at least we get it from was it Rita's dad?
Yeah.
There's something there. And yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, as much as he doesn't do that much himself, but whatever.
Yeah. But then I do kind of respect, like, from this point on, later on as well, like, they kind of mention, like, the not Doctrine, like, the Alliance of Evil and stuff. They kind of start hinting to it here, like, there's, like, a union with them. And, like, okay, cool. You're kind of building to something. I get it. I'm all right with it now. So, it was that. Zeo's a lot of building. That's why I like Zeo. Like, even looking back, like, knowing what I know now, I was like, okay, this is where they're starting to ramp up, like, Power Rangers trying to be serious.
Well, okay. So we will say a lot of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was very kid friendly. Yeah. And then they started adding a bit more things that were, I don't want to say necessarily adult, but more stuff that just outside the realm of kids.
Yeah, it kind of, I would say, like, the show started to grow up with its audience.
Yeah. Like, and when I say outside the realm of kids, I mean nothing too violent or whatever, controversial, whatever, right? Because they were talking, the stuff that you need to introduce to kids. Kimberly's parents getting a divorce and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that, right? But they did the she wrote the letter to Tommy to break up with him, which you were telling me about before. And I was gonna watch that segment by itself and then watching the whole thing. So I was just waiting for that episode. And Tommy's pumping weights and he's like, and he's like, oh, there's a letter from Kimberly. And he goes, oh yeah, read it to me.
Yeah, I'm like
you need to stop reading.
Yeah, but on his behalf, that's a dumb idea. Like, read it to me. No, dude, it's addressed to you. Say she was like, this is for this example, dumping you. You don't want people to like read her. Hey, by the way, I found someone else better than you.
I think it depends on your friend set, because in that universe, they're so buddy friends. Yeah,
they're too friendly. Yeah,
they will never mock anyone.
True. Like, oh, it's okay, Tommy. They won't say you're better about her. Like, oh, it's okay. I'm glad you guys could still be friends, or some like.
Yeah. Exactly.
Stuff that wouldn't lead him down the road of alcohol. But
yes, exactly. But it's like you said, right? It goes in a certain direction, but never, it doesn't get dark.
No. Which
I think they built enough of a base.
Yeah.
With the that they can start doing some more things that aren't just this is for kids 100%, even though most of it is.
Yeah. And what was like? I also did like the introduction of the Zeo like the Zeo power. I was like, like, because like with the power coins and stuff like that, like the powers before, right? Zordon said that he didn't make them. Then he hints earlier on, like, the Zeo power, because I think beginning of like season 3, they start like talking about Zeo power and that stuff like Crystal.
Like there's a actual law rather than we're making up as we're going along.
Yeah, like, oh, by the way, this is power now, like which kind of happens in Turbo. But like, so I kind of like that. And then even though they don't really explain the shapes part of it, but it still was interesting to me. I don't know. I just really like Zeo.
Okay.
It had like gone.
No. Is it in Zeo or is it in Turbo where we get David Trueheart?
No, it's the end of. It's the end of Zeo. It's the end of Zeo. It's the end of Zeo.
Yeah. Okay. No. So you finish yours first. I just want to make sure I was in the right area, because I was spamming them all. So kind of blurs together a little bit.
No, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about the theme, like the music. I was like, you know what? We'll speak about that near the end, like the songs from each series, like which.
Okay. We'll but so I didn't know that was actually Jason David Frank's brother.
Yeah.
Playing his
kayfabe
brother.
Yeah, and then something I totally forgot about this until like rewatching like about it. Like Tommy's adopted. I'm like, wait, what? I feel like that's something you should have said ages ago, but guess it didn't really matter to his character until that point. So I wasn't that annoyed with it, but I'm like,
as much as I was joking to you about they should have a Red Indian Ranger as a Red Ranger.
Yeah,
he wasn't red. He wasn't a Red Ranger.
No.
So that's kind of look, man, you missed the boat. If you were gonna do it, you do it all and commit fully. Right?
But you know what? I so believe that they didn't think of the Native American thing until like, you know, hey kids, go back in time to find your roots and stuff. I think once then I was like, hey, he's got long hair. He could be Native American. Wait, what?
He could be.
Like,
I mean, skin tone, but whatever.
But okay, sure. Then we're gonna tan him up in later episodes. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. Was like, hey, he looks a lot darker in this season, and then that he dropped that. Like, yep, that's why he looks darker. They were trying to do that. Okay, sure. Yeah, but didn't mind that. It's just a random how he brought into it. Like,
yeah. Almost, by the way, got mixed up with Thomas Fireheart. You know who Thomas Fireheart is?
Is that the guy who was with him on his Vision quest?
No. Completely different. Completely, not even in that universe. A completely different character from somewhere else.
Oh, tell me. His name sounds familiar.
It's a Spider-Man character. I want to say villain, but he's not really. He kind of flip-flops.
Oh, okay.
The Puma.
The Puma. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was something else that happened in Zeo that I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, but weird. Like
wait. No, go on. Yeah.
I was like, Zeo is where they start having, even though it happened the last season, when they start having like so many different Zords for like reasons.
So they had the ninja costumes.
Yep.
And then when they called them Zords, they were back in their normal diamond costumes.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh wait, what?
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. But then in Zeo,
I think people kind of more used to the ones with the diamond shaped costume.
Yeah.
The diamond pattern costume. But if you're having it with ninjas, then why aren't you having? It's just like, you know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So, what do you prefer, the movie version of this story or the series version?
Of what story?
Of the ninja. The ninja powers or whatever. That
probably the series, because it made not more sense, but they had kind of time to explain it, like with Ninja, who gave him the ninja suits, which makes sense.
Even though I would say that's about 4 episodes. Was it 5 or 4 episodes?
5, I think.
All right, even that, and it's 20 minutes an episode, so roughly
works out the same.
Oh, it's about a movie length, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it kind of made sense because like a ninja giving them ninja powers makes sense rather than half naked woman gives them ninja powers.
Well, Amazon lady
even makes even less sense.
You know what I mean? She should have given them some sort of a Greek arm or something like that, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, whoever read that didn't know their like mythology. So yeah, it's like, okay, sure. So that made more sense to me. Oh, also, this is where they start introducing like red herring characters, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like the Gold Ranger, who they kind of hint to, hey, the Gold Ranger is Billy, because whenever something mysterious happens or they need to do something, Billy's like, oh, I need to go over there, but don't look. And then they will go to a battle, and the Gold Ranger will come and help.
This is where I believe. So they had they got the Zeo crystals. There was only 5, but there's 6 members of the team, and Billy's like, oh, boys, girls, you guys be Rangers, because, like, you know,
Yeah. I don't want to. Yes,
well, I mean, Zordon's gonna, you know, I can be the person at the console, you know, telling you what to do and stuff like that, because Zordon's going over there to do whatever he's going to do. So.
Oh, okay, sure. And it worked.
And then, and then they make it like it's Billy.
Yeah.
And then they make it like it's someone else that we know that isn't Billy.
Yeah.
And then it turns out to be 3 dudes that we do not know.
Yeah.
And then it ends up being a guy that we do know.
Yeah. So I kind of like that, because as a kid I was like, oh, this is interesting. I wonder who it could be.
Yeah.
And then obviously this is before we had like internet spoilers and stuff. So, and even though it's already shown in America, like again, we could you didn't get spoiled. So oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Wonder who's gonna be. And I was like,
I thought it was cool that it did end up being Jason, but I don't see why it wasn't Jason to begin with.
I kind of get it, but then when they explain like, oh yeah, he's from another planet, blah blah blah. Okay, that makes sense. Like
It's just like they pulled it out of a hat to swerve for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, if it was Red Herring Billy, and then it turned out to be Jason, fine, right?
Yeah.
But they did it Billy. They did it to the triplets who are whatever from an alien world, whatever, and then they changed it to Jason. It's just like,
but you know why?
Why? Go on, you tell me.
So originally, what they were planning, right, was VR Troopers.
Yeah.
They were planning for it to be in the same universe as Power Rangers, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the Gold Ranger was going to be the guy who played VR Trooper 1. I don't know their stupid names are.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
Ryan Steele.
Yeah. And then at the last minute, that fell through.
Okay.
And then it was like, who else could we get? And then someone said, oh, we could get the guy who played Jason. And I was like, okay, cool. And they called him up. I was like, yeah. And then that's how it happened. Literally, that's how it happened.
That makes sense. Even though I will say that Gold Ranger is actually a Black Ranger because the suit's black, even though it's got gold.
It's majority black,
trimming.
So yeah.
Because the Green Ranger has got a gold thing on him, and you still call him the Green Ranger. So
yeah. But so I'm saying that's why I didn't make.
Yeah.
Even the costume looked awesome. Like that's I think personally one of the best designed costumes out of the whole show.
I don't know, like the design of the thing on the face.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know about that, but
I don't know.
I worked with it, you know.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's 3 of them for the 3 different triplets.
For the triplets and the personalities of that person. Yeah. And then that kind of made sense to me. Like, oh yeah, the triplet bit made no sense. Like, wait, what?
yeah.
Like him being an alien and stuff made sense to me. Like, yeah, cool. He came from blah blah whatever.
Yeah.
Then the 3 triplet bits, like, this doesn't make any sense. No. And then they kind of hint you like, hey, he's gonna be Jason. It's gonna be Tommy's brother because we keep seeing him a lot in this season. And then it's just like Tommy's like, hey, I know someone. And then they are running through a desert, and then they get to the command center, and him starts like, oh, it's Jason. And what I thought was hilarious, like, you see, like, obviously Adam knows who Jason is, right?
Yeah.
Like, you see him smiling, and you're like, oh, cool. And then you see Catherine and Tanya look at him like, oh. And I was thinking to myself, they should like, who is this guy? Oh, why are these 2 people so excited? I don't know who this is. Okay, sure. So, I just thought that's hilarious. And I did go on. No, go on.
I was gonna say the way that they kind of so he ended the series, and that was that.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
Yeah.
Okay.
But I did like how they kind of did, like, because he's not a triplet person, he didn't have the full powers of it, and so it kept on like cutting out stuff. So I like that kind of added like something to that. So I was like,
Now I'm watching also VR Troopers, which we will speak about. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that when you're watching these series, they're writing around.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to use the footage in a not specific way. They're trying to make a cohesive story.
Yeah.
With the footage they have to film to put this together.
Yeah.
Right? But everybody started with stuff.
Yeah.
So they've got to. If the Black Ranger gets beat up in the Gold Ranger, sorry.
Yeah.
If he gets beat up in the Japanese footage, they've got to write a reason for that.
For it, yeah. Yeah, which is hilarious.
Otherwise he should have been the most potent Ranger there was.
Yeah.
It just going by his name,
Yeah, the Gold Ranger.
Yeah.
And there was something else I liked about this season. There was that, and then the weird bit where Lord, what's the bad guy's actual name? I remember his son, Sprocket. Well, anyway, when his oldest son comes with his daughter, and they have like a sort of mini arc, which they really do nothing, and then they leave. And I'm like, why introduce these people? Oh, because you got the costume shipped over, and you need to make some reason for you spending money on them. Yeah, cool, gotcha, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, what did you think of Turbo?
So
Turbo obviously includes the movie. So we'll say the movie is episode 0 or whatever it is, and then you go to episode 1.
Turbo. I don't know. I didn't really click that much with Turbo.
Yeah.
Because I started watching it. Like, I started off, like, obviously, I watched the movie, and I started watching the show. Like, yeah, cool. And then I liked kind of where it was going, where they're not kids anymore. They're like 18. They graduated like school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you would
except
think,
for the one, that is actually a kid who gets steps up a couple of levels because
he morphs. Yeah.
No, as in, is he smart? He must be smarter than every other kid if he's hanging around with teenagers.
Yeah. Or there's some weird things going on there. Yeah.
No.
Like when Rocky got crippled and was written out, I thought, okay, cool, that's kind of a cool thing. And then they brought the kid, and I was like, probably roughly that kid's age at that time.
Yeah.
So this would be like 97, right? So I would have been like 11, 12. So kind of around his age. And so I was like, okay, it's kind of, realistically, I should relate to this kid, but I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, okay, whatever, sure. And then as the season going through, I wasn't really already feeling their Zords were just cars. I don't know why. I just didn't.
It's because you had dinosaurs and mechs and whatever.
Yeah,
now you've got cars, which it seems like a step down because we have cars.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
have cars, right?
Yeah,
we see cars every day. We don't see massive what's it called,
mechanical like griffins and stuff like that.
Devices that come together.
Yeah. So that was kind of already me like, it seems like some weird one rip off of like Transformers or something. It's like, okay,
so I will say this, right? Whenever they transform to their cars, they'll jump up and their cars coming from wherever they are.
Yeah.
And they're suddenly in the cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the cars grew big. It's like, but then it takes away. I don't know. It just felt stupid to me. But anyway, so whatever. And then it started kind of picking up when they started introducing the people who are going to be the new Rangers, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, this could be pretty cool. Whatever.
What was funny about that as well is just that they just started to be introduced, 5 people out of nowhere, and then bam.
Yeah, and bam,
in
the Rangers.
In the same story, not same episodes because I think it's a 3-part story or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of you's gone,
Yeah.
Right?
I was like,
okay.
Okay, cool. And then like I did like the episode where like the lead up, like the episode where they got beat up by Divatox and oh wait, I forgot. I'll go back to it anyway. When they get beat up by Divatox's piranha things, or whatever they're called,
Yeah.
And then they get helped by those the new Rangers, whatever. But the bit I didn't remember this until like getting a recap. I was like, Zordon goes to him, oh yeah, by the way, you guys you have a choice. You don't have to be Rangers anymore, There's a point where in your lives where you become like, hey, you can grow up and have lives. And they're like, okay, cool. And I say, I'm like, but were you just like in a middle of a battle, right? And you decided to,
When you make sure that you
finish your mission,
Divatox off,
and then, but no. So that's why I was like, oh, okay, cool. And
so Zordon, you basically just threw a whole bunch of newbies to get killed.
Yeah, because basically.
You gotta say these Rangers actually had experience.
Yeah. They've been Rangers for like 4 years at this point. Yeah, it's like.
And the Ranger with the most experience is a 12-year-old who's only been a Ranger for 6 months.
Yeah. So it's like, you'll send these kids to the grave, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah. He's gonna do an Xavier / Batman, where he's just like, I can replace them with someone else.
There's more kids in the world,
There's more bodies that I can just throw.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. And then after that, I think that's when I started sort of dipping out of Power Rangers. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And when they introduced the Sentry, I want to call him a Silver Centurion, but that's not his name.
The Silver Centurion?
No, the robotic police dude. Oh, I forgot his name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't know why I call him the Silver Centurion because he's not silver. They started bringing him in. I was like,
wait, where did that come from?
I don't know. It's from something, and I don't know what it is now, and that's gonna be stuck in my head forever. Ugh. Silver Centurion. But anyway, and they brought him in, and they kind of go no with that. And then I think it's then the Phantom Ranger as well. Yeah, and Divatox doesn't really do much.
Nah, she just hams it up. Oh no, when she's one version of herself, she hams it up, and the other version is a bit more. I'm gonna try and get a job done, but
Yeah, and like with. I can't really remember properly because halfway through like Zeo, you had like I said the the Machine Empire's son comes in, who brings a bit more of a threat, but then nothing really happens. I mean, I kind of gradual. Something will come in to sort of like make it more serious and stuff.
Yeah.
And Turbo didn't really have that until like near the very end, where Divatox is like, screw this, you know, I'm gonna do a full on assault on the Power Rangers, and then they invade like the command center and all that, and then they get beaten up so bad they have to leave for space. Even though I flash forward a little bit.
Well, to be fair, I think Divatox also is like layers because you don't see her again.
Yeah.
No, that's when when Zordon heals everyone.
Oh
no,
no!
that's that's at the end of In Space. Sorry, no.
I've even missed a big part of that where Zordon halfway through is like, "Oh, I need to go over here. Me and Alpha is gonna go over here. But here's my replacement. I can't remember her name. Alpha. I'm gonna call her Aquarion. I don't know, the woman version of Zordon.
I thought it was Alpha 6.
Alpha 6 and the woman with her, the woman that comes with her.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, who's meant to be Divatox's sister.
Yeah,
which is never it's theorized, but it's never actually been like said in the show, but everyone reckons it is. Yeah, and then nothing else really happens in Turbo except I'm thinking of Space as well, where something awesome happens. We'll get to that in a bit.
I think the only other bits I can add to what you're saying about Turbo is the little kid gets storyline because he gets bullied by some other older members of, I don't say necessarily his class.
Yeah.
Unless he did jump a couple of years, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
And then it turns out, one of them is actually they're getting abused by his dad, like getting beats and stuff.
Yeah.
And the kid's like, if you ever need to talk to him, it's like, all right.
No.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. You're like.
And the kid's like, yeah, okay. Right. It was like, hold on a second, yeah, because I don't mean in real life, yeah, you can switch someone like that so quickly.
Yeah. And there was another thing as well where, again, they get their different Zords. The rescue's always like a fire truck and police call out crap, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then, I forgot something hilarious in Zeo as well. I'll go back to that in a second. And then they get all that. And then they get those sentient cars that can talk and live on their own, whatever. Was it Lightning and Blue Cruise, some rubbish, yeah. And then they get kidnapped, but they come back later on. In Turbo, they come back in Space as well. Turbo was just in the middle of the road. I don't know.
So you said you're gonna come something hilarious that you
Yeah, and in Zeo, when they had the normal Zords, they had the Zeo Mega Zord, then the one that were like battle Zords or shapes, and then Tommy had that punching one, the red battle Zord, which was hilarious, and then he had the Mega Wheel, that thing. I remember this because I had a toy of this as well. I had the battle Zord as well, where it's just a wheel where he goes. It's like a hamster wheel where he goes in, they rev it up, and then he just runs over things. What? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
And the final episode of Turbo
awesome.
Is where the kid who did his dad come back, right?
Yeah.
And trying to build a relation with him.
Yeah.
And then all the other Rangers like, we got to go to space.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I got to stay for my studies and my dad and blah blah blah. And they're like, they're cool. We've only been Rangers for like half half the series, but we're gonna go and deal with this epic adventure of whatever with no leader, no experience, no nothing.
Yeah, because because Zordon disappears. He goes, I've got to go and do something over here. This is blah blah blah. Then they get a message from Zordon saying, "Oh, something's happened, but it's very serious. But don't follow me." And they're like, "You sent us this message. We're gonna obviously follow you because you obviously seem in danger." And that's what leads up to the invasion and that stuff. And I just thought it was funny. So you not just got the crap kit that you buy by Divatox and her pirate crew, and then they know who you are, kid. What's the kid's name again?
I don't know.
I know it's not TJ because TJ's the black dude who's the leader. Oh, what's his name? Justin? Well, anyway, I don't know what his name is, right? I know his real name, Blake. But anyway, then again, they know who you are, dude. you staying. It's not very safe for you and your dad, right? But okay, sure. And then what also I found funny was he went to NASA, or their version of NASA, Nesta, whatever it is. I was like, the Power Rangers need your spaceship. And the guy's like, here's a prototype. Yeah, we don't really need it. Cool, you could take it. But it's like, what? But then apparently the theory is that guy was working with Zordon, and Zordon, they built the thing together. That's why, you know, in space, that spaceship can merge with the ship they live on to make the Megazord. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I will say the only thing in space about this was the space station they were at, and their uniforms were of the era of space programs around that time.
Yeah, which that show ripped off from. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So,
but
other than that, it's just like what you know.
But apparently, it's meant to be more in space, but then they changed it because this is what happened, right? The American version was going to be more in space, innit? But then they got the actual script of the Japanese one, and it's not in space whatsoever. They just live above space in that spaceship. So they're like, oh, we kind of need to do the same thing, I guess. And that's why they go on a few space adventures, but it's not like the whole thing is set in like them visiting other planets and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that's...
I can imagine the Japanese making it sound like Power Rangers in space.
In space, yeah.
The Americans took it as, oh, they're actually
in space. But no, it's just literally we live above space. Oh, okay, cool. Sure.
And we see the crossover with the Turtles, which wasn't the greatest.
That was the only letdown. That was the biggest letdown for me of that whole season, because overall I enjoyed space. I really enjoyed space because it kind of brought me back. But yeah, that episode, I remember seeing it because I think I was watching Turtles Next Mutation at the time.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and I was like,
we're not watching that, by the way. We're not doing that.
No, that show is. I nearly swore that show is terrible, man. The only good thing about that show is the entrance, the theme song. That's it.
Maybe I'll watch the intro, but that's it. Yeah.
It's Jesus Christ! It is.
But they also, what's good in the crossover is they didn't have Venus de Milo, so.
Didn't they?
I don't think she was there.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she wasn't there.
Yeah, and she wasn't. You're right. But then why just happen?
But now you're making me think. Did I miss her? No. I'm pretty sure.
Like the recap thing I was watching, they showed pictures of Venus de Milo, but I think that might be from the show, so the actual Turtle show. Which again, I have no problem with Venus de Milo. I'd have from the show. The show's terrible. But yeah, that was the only letdown because everything else in like space was good. Like the first episode is pretty good, where you get the Ministry of Darkness. I want to call them. I'm gonna keep forgetting what their name is.
Yeah.
Having
you're waiting for the Undertaker to.
Well, the Undertaker's kind of in it. Like their main bad guy. What's his name?
Oh, you're not talking about the bodyguard to the lady, Astronema.
No. Like the overall super bad guy, the lava dude, who was the same bad guy from the movie. But anyway, yeah. He's in my opinion, he'll be Undertaker. But like, I like how setup, but they're all there, and they're like, yeah, you know, this is the first day of our super like mega power thing, and then you got a mysterious person like, just lurking around, and like, oh, why aren't you drinking? And he's like, I can't drink because I got this mask on, and it covers my mouth. Then he takes off his head, and he's like, oh no, it's a Red Ranger. We don't know who that Red Ranger is. And then he jumps on his flying surfboard. Which, as a kid, I thought that was amazing. And to this day, I thought that's still amazing.
Yeah.
And then they land, and then we go back and we find the Power Rangers in space, still in their ratted, like, their banged up clothes from their battle with the Piranha dudes. And, oh yeah, and the command center got blown up in it, didn't it? Yeah, I forgot to mention that by what's his face? Divatox's nephew, who comes back in space. Yeah. And, that was annoying. Yeah, and then they meet, and I liked how like straight away they had the normal like comic book thing where, hey, we don't know each other, so we're gonna fight instantly, and then we realize, oh, we both believe in the same sort of justice or whatever, and then become friends. So I'll use to that. And I like.
I will
yeah.
go on.
No, go on.
I know you go. I'll say what I did enjoy in this particular series was the Silver Ranger and Astromena's kind of relationship.
Yeah.
building. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I mean, why not? I guess.
Yeah.
And then the Red Ranger, he's just like, and my sister's missing.
Yeah.
And then everyone knows who his sister is.
Apart from him.
Like, all the audience members watching know exactly what's up, right?
Yeah.
And the characters do not.
Yeah. Which I didn't mind that. And then...
But it took a whole season for him to work it out.
Yeah, I know. When everyone's like, dude, sister, man, come on.
We worked out from the very first episode. There's only one human that's part of that's constantly in the series that's not with the good guys.
Yeah, it's got to be your sister. Come on, man. And it was... So I liked all that. And I liked the ship. I liked how... There's one thing I liked and thought was weird at the same time. So they spent a lot of like overnight stuff on the ship, right? And these guys are younger than Tommy and that, right? So they're still like 16 or whatever, isn't it? And it's like, why don't your parents know where you are?
Parents don't care, apparently.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, you don't apply the logic. Don't apply that.
No.
When things start falling apart. Maybe they don't have parents. You never thought about that.
True, they could be like orphans. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, exactly. Parents Day, nah.
And yeah, I liked how as well. Like it took a while for Andros, the new Red Ranger, Space Red Ranger, to actually kind of like trust him. Like, you know what? Yeah, I trust these guys. And you find out why he's kind of like reserved because of when you find out what happened to the Silver Ranger. Yeah. And he's like, I'm best working alone because no one can get hurt, sort of thing. Yeah, but then with the power of friendship, he learns to be on the team again. And I like the mystery, not the mystery, but like how they introduce the Silver Ranger when they like just find it, when one of them just stumbling around the ship and they're like, oh, why is there a cryo tube in here? And I was like, why have you got someone frozen? You're evil. Like, no, that's my friend. And they explain, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then how he actually got woken up, and then him being morphed for 2 years straight was playing with his powers. That's why he would like come out being morphed sometimes. I like all those little bits. Like, oh, okay, they actually are smart with it. They're not feeding to the kids. They're feeding to like the 10, 11-year-olds now, not the 7, 8-year-olds. Yeah, I like that.
So, and then at the end of this, the Red Ranger. So Zordon his chamber is captured by the villains somewhere wherever they is. Yeah, because he never went to wherever he was supposed to be.
Yeah,
I don't know. But then he's telling the Red Ranger, "Look, man, you gotta destroy my tube, and I will heal all the villains."
Yeah, because I'm pure. If you destroy me, pure goodness will be left into the world. Yeah.
And this is when Astronema is also attacking Earth as well, where the Rangers kind of lose their power, but not really.
Yeah, and then that's when...
And then you do Sparkus thing where I am the Ranger, I am the Ranger. And Bulk and Skull are like, yeah, I'm the Ranger. And then, good for them for being the Joker. So they turned invisible, then they turned into a bunch of monkeys. No, it's the other way around. I think they got turned into monkeys, then invisible, so they had to do voiceovers.
Yeah. And then they had the kind of like their character arc finished. Like they went from being stumbling idiots and friends of the Power Rangers to like heroes in a way. So I like that.
Yeah, because they were policemen.
Yeah.
And then the army or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then their officer dude took over Ernie's cafe or whatever it is.
And then they got rid of the cafe to turn it into the Surf Shack or whatever it was, which was basically just the cafe just with reskinned with surfer stuff like you could just the juice bar. But, all right, sure.
And then Ashton was like, just kill them all. We'll just blaze them all with lightning or whatever it is. Yeah. Then a ranger at the top of the wherever it is, broken down building. It's just like, we are the Power Rangers. And then the box got like, them jabronis.
It's like all this time.
Here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
If it was all the guys that they went to school with, that'd make more sense.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense because in Turbo, they do become friends with Bulk and Skull, so it's kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but it'd been much more like to build to the payoff.
Yeah,
know?
Exactly. Yeah, that's one thing they
apparently realized they actually were adversarial to them.
Yeah,
just like Flash Thompson was adversarial to Peter Parker, who was Spider-Man, and then friendly with them, and then
That's one sort of thing they missed out on with before the originals left. They should at least like said Bulk and Skull. By the way, we've been Power Rangers the whole time. Like, oh, okay, that's cool. All right, let's move on.
But yes, when we do have the Zordon does the power. the same finish from Maximum Carnage, right?
Yeah.
When he used the power of love space ray or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so Lord Zed, Real Repulsor,
Yep.
turns human.
Yep.
Lord Zed turns human, and he looks like he's
like some 6-year-old white dude.
Yeah, he's got like the sweater
like
and stuff over his neck. Like he's just been he's gonna go and have a barbecue or something like that. He's just
like one of those stereotypical like old granddads.
Well,
not old youngest granddads who like still sort of hip. Yeah, you're like, oh.
Yeah. It's just like okay. I mean, you're like, yeah. I didn't expect Lord Zed to look like that in human form, but all right. You know what I mean? You don't. He's in some desert or space somewhere. No, he's in slacks. Yeah. He's gonna be in a sweater. He's gonna be he's gonna.
It made no sense. And then like everyone else, like the Machine Empire got turned to dust. That Eclipso guy who I'll talk about in a minute gets turned to dust.
Yeah,
Divatox gets turned into a normal person, even though
the good version of herself.
Yeah. So I guess they're trying to say not saying the same person, but then what happened to that lady? But anyway, sure.
Yeah. And then it ends with them saying, "Oh, we don't need to be Rangers now. We don't need to protect the world from whatever." Yeah. And then they're like, "But we're still going to be Rangers." And then we go into the next series, which I didn't watch.
Doesn't connect anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Because what it is one of those things where it's like that's a natural end.
Yeah.
They concluded everything.
Yeah, because originally
they didn't need to go to the next series. They could have just been like, and the adventure continues, and then
but that was the plan. It was meant to be space, and that was it. But then because
that's what it does seem like that, by the way, 100% the way they're written.
Because Turbo's ratings were kind of blur, so they was like, okay, if we get another season, we'll try and end it. So then they got Space, and then Space's ratings went so high, like,
okay,
guess we got to do another season, and then 25 years later,
Yep.
But I guess like I liked Space because it had like what's the name? Andromeda. That's the bad chick's name, right?
Yeah, Astronema,
okay, yeah. She had, a guy, Eclipso, the bad guy with her. Like, he was her adopted father and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
the bodyguard one.
Bodyguard one. Yeah. He looked, to me, like, he looked super cool. And, like...
He looked like when they would, like, a 3D kind of...
Yeah.
Video game villain sort of thing. You know, like, made of polygons.
Yeah. And he was cool. And, like, he even, like, had, like, his character was pretty awesome because he wasn't really he was evil, but he still had like
that sense of honor,
and he cared for her like a daughter and stuff like that. And if she was to turn good, he probably would turn good as well. You know, he had that sort of thing in it, and I like that about him.
He had that Sagat conflict.
Yeah. And like, and then when that guy who had the 9 lives, what's his name again?
Oh, the guy who blew himself up, and then
him. Like they had that rivalry, and then he kind of like betrayed them, and then turned Eclipso's like cyborg, and then did it to Andromeda. So like all those little conflicts, like this is pretty dope, man. I'm like,
I will say that In Space did have long overreaching storylines that kind of crossed over into bits and pieces. The main one was who's the Red Ranger's sister, we all know, and then, like you say, these other bits that zigzag across the entire thing.
Yeah.
So it's very cohesive, considering the source material is from elsewhere.
Yeah. It's like, we can't copy their source material because from what I've read about Sentai, none of it makes any sense.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if that's like lost in translation thing, whatever. And so they done pretty good. It's I don't know. It's I want to say it's a masterpiece. Okay. It's close to, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it's just the personal relationships in it. It was like really good. I don't know, and like the episode, like you normally like in Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, when they got the metallic armor, was just them sprayed with metallic dust.
I think we forgot to mention that last time.
Yeah,
that basically they wear spandex, which is supposedly powered armor, but then they had the spandex with the sheen on it, which actually had even more potent protection.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. So it was like one of those weird power-ups, whatever. And then I liked in this one when the Red Ranger got his overdrive mode, whatever it was, actually looked like, that's cool, that makes sense. And that's actually an original idea. It's not taken from the Japanese ones.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool. That's with when the Red Ranger and someone else get put onto a copy planet, which that was a weird, wasn't a thing. And the best part of this season.
Oh no, you're talking about where Tommy got possessed in the gladiator arena or something like that. He got turned a villain. That one.
Oh, no, I was talking about in space, but that one as well.
Oh.
In Turbo, I forgot about that. Yeah, when he thought he was one of the heirs of the Machine Empire. Yeah. Then,
even though he's exactly in the same clothing as the other Rangers.
Yeah, and then he gets hugged by Jason, which breaks his mind. He's like, oh, remember, I'm good now. But like, the other good thing, like an often bit in not Turbo, Space, which was awesome, was when my boy Johnny Young Bosch, aka Adam Park, came in for that episode, which was awesome.
Which they told him, Adam, you can't turn into the Black Ranger because it will destroy you from the inside out, something like that. And then he's like, no, I gotta because I gotta help them.
And I like that because as a kid, I didn't remember it properly, because even I was like, that doesn't make sense because the powers got destroyed and everything. Then I was watching a recap thing and he explained something, and they explained the show, like, oh, that makes sense. It was the ninja power that got destroyed, not the original power coins. So he could still use the power coins, but because the Zordon's wherever it is, the morphing grid's kind of messed up. That's why he could still morph, but it would have problems. Like, that makes sense. Because I was thinking,
now I'm gonna wonder in the Super Sentai episode what that was actually.
Yeah, it's probably some weird time travel thing with the Super Sentai one.
Did you watch anything else after that? Otherwise, we'll skip to Once and Always. But that's a long skip.
Yeah, that's like a 20-year skip. 25-year skip. Did I watch anything? I watched a bit of the next one. I think it's Lost Galaxy.
Yeah.
Watched a bit of that, and that's when Andromeda becomes the Pink Ranger.
Pink Ranger, yeah.
Then I think after that might be Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah.
Watched a bit of that. Played the game on the PlayStation. Pretty terrible.
Right. Which PlayStation 1?
Yeah, PlayStation 1, yeah.
Right.
And then I don't know what came after that. I watched Power Rangers in space. No, Time Force.
Yeah,
that was decent.
That's after like Super Rescue. I've got, by the way, on the side here. Yeah. We're gonna go through all the costumes, so I can tell you.
Okay.
What the series are, but you mentioned them because we're not gonna go through all of them. Right now, we're gonna go through the costumes afterwards.
Okay, cool. And then after that, I think I just didn't care after that for a while. And then I sort of think it's Dino Fury. That's when Tommy comes back.
Right.
As a professor.
I just, by the way,
that's a lie. I watched Ninja Storm. I watched that. I thought Ninja Storm was okay.
Okay.
That's when he went super Australian.
Yeah, is that where they actually went to start filming stuff now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
replace all the cast with
Australians or people from America they could manipulate to get there for cheap.
Yeah. All Australians playing Americans, or Brits, or whatever they. Yeah.
And then I think I watched Mystic Force just to see what it was about.
Mystic Force. Oh yeah. I see it.
And that's because Rita comes in that one as well, and she gets turned into a good version of Rita at the end of it. Yeah, don't know.
I don't know.
And then I think after that, I just stopped caring. Literally.
Okay. We'll jump to
Until
Once and
Megaforce.
Always. What did you think of that?
Once and Always. When I watched this, I wanted to message you or message my brother to see if he watched it because there's something in this. I was like, I know where they got this plot from. Well, half the plot. So I liked it. It's kind of cheesy, but not cheesy at the same time. But I liked it. They done some smart things with using characters, but didn't use it, but not by not paying them as well. Then it kind of reminded me of the shadiness of Power Rangers. So basically, the whole plot is they're trying to find Zordon, and then even though Zordon is dead,
he's in space somewhere, particles, whatever.
Yeah. So, and then Billy's doing the experiment, and then while doing it, he accidentally brings out Rita, which I didn't know Rita was dead because last time I saw Rita, she got transformed into Rita the Good, whatever it is.
Robo Rita though.
Yeah.
So. Oh no, because she possessed Alpha 5. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so that whole plot is they've taken that from an episode of Justice League Unlimited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one? Is it?
It's the last 2 episodes of the whole thing, called Alive and Destroyer. So basically, quick little recap of Justice League Unlimited.
Okay. Let me also, by the way, then you recap. I'm gonna go and write this down so I can watch it, and then next time we talk about
Power Rangers or whatever. You can.
Well, no Power Rangers, but when we talk about VR Troopers, I can tag this at the end and say, you know what? Yeah. Go on, you were saying.
So, Justice League Unlimited. One of the reoccurring threads was Lex Luthor was trying. No, so basically, Lex Luthor gets his DNA spliced with Brainiac back in the Superman cartoon, and something happens at the end of season 2 of Justice League where he doesn't have his cancer anymore. He's like, oh, that's weird. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then he's running for president, and then something happens. Then he realizes that his DNA has been rewritten by Brainiac from that shot years ago, and Brainiac.
Right.
So then the Flash uses the Speed Force to vibrate out of him, and then in the next season of Justice League, Lex Luthor's been trying to find Brainiac because he wants to be perfect again. He wants to be smart, and something keeps calling to him. So he keeps seeing like hallucinations of Brainiac talking to him and stuff. Then he finally finds a way to get to Brainiac, and he has this whole elaborate plan. The Legion of Doom have a fight, and then he uses the witch, the name Xerxes, to open a bridge to get Brainiac. So he does it, and he's like, "Yeah, I've done it." And then he looks into the chamber explodes, and it's Darkseid.
Okay.
So I was like, they've done this. That's what Darkseid. And then you realize that it was Darkseid all along manipulating.
Okay.
And that's what they based on this. Like, oh, right. Okay, there we go.
Let me, I'll watch it, and then I'll be like, awesome. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
But saying that, I did enjoy Once and Always as a throwback to what it was, and like you said, right, where the Rangers they didn't have.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like, okay, you guys over here, and the actors we do have over here.
And like some of the choices made no sense to me though.
Yeah, go on.
Like, why is Tommy back as the Green Ranger?
Yeah.
I mean things like that. And then why is Tommy why is Kimberly back as a pink? You know what I mean? But you got Cap. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but then I got over that. I was like, okay, it is what it is. And besides that, no, I feel I liked it. The girl who played Trini's daughter, what's her name again?
I don't know.
May? I'm gonna say May.
Oh yeah. I thought you meant the actress.
Oh no. Like her acting's hilarious because sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's super like you never acted in your
teenager,
life. Yeah. And that just made me laugh. But then like her motivation made sense.
But we'll say the acting is part of how the series does anyways. So it's in line with that.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, she read the assignment. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the kind of reasoning to get some people in it. Like, oh, we're gonna call previous Rangers to come and help us. And I was like, okay, that makes sense why this person's here. Yeah. It's a bit weird why there still be Power Rangers in their 40s or 50s, but okay, sure, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a good feel good little thing. Yeah. Like it feels like how it's filmed. It doesn't feel high budget, but it feels like a high budget TV show.
Yeah. They put money and effort into it.
Yeah.
Well, as not a huge amount, but more than
the
standard.
Yeah, and then seeing Billy back was cool.
Throwback.
Yeah. Trying to think what else. Yeah, that's.
Well, you look though. At the end of the day, you enjoyed watching it. Right?
I enjoyed watching it. It was worth the wait. Even though I meant to watch it when it first came out. I don't know why it took me like 2 years to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why. Because I think when I was gonna watch it, I think soon after when this came out, or just before it came out, Tommy died. I was like, oh, this is a bit awkward for me.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, besides that, it's good. It's good. Shame we didn't see Lord Zed.
But he got turned good by that point, right?
Yeah. So I was
unless it's going to be Robo Lord Zed.
That's what I'm confused about.
You know, the thing is, if you had robot parts fused with the exposed metal, the exposed flesh that he had, wow, that'd be something sinister to look at.
Yeah. But besides that, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I like the little nods.
All right.
How they kind of say all the other Power Rangers did happen. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you then. Since we're going to talk about the costumes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go. We'll as we go down the suit, and I know you haven't probably watched. Do you know of the costumes?
I know the costumes. Yeah.
You got a thing pulled up, the link that I sent you.
Yeah, I know about the costumes.
For some reason, right, I have to say straight up, I think the original set of costumes, the Mighty Morphin costumes, were the best costumes they had, because it was, I don't want to say timeless, but it was not specific to an era.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's very simplistic. And I think everything else just kind of doesn't look as good. Other than the movie costumes, other than the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie costume from 1995, which looks like an upgrade from the spandex, right?
Yeah.
Everything else just kind of looked a bit, I don't want to say necessarily cheaper, but not quite the same as.
No, I get what you looking at them now. I get what you mean.
Yeah. So, like, okay, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers original costumes with the diamonds, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously.
Okay, and then we go to Mighty Morphin Ninja Rangers, yeah, but that's just.
Yeah.
I mean, they did their job. They look like ninjas, right?
Just about.
Why would you have such brightly colored ninjas around the whatever, right?
Yeah.
But Alien Rangers, I with the V shape, like, I don't know. It
didn't look good. No, it looks kind of budge. Yeah.
Well, it just looks plain. It looks, like, you know,
nothing to it. Yeah.
No. The Zeo Rangers.
Yeah.
They look like they have chipsets on there.
Like, I feel like that's got something to do with the Japanese version of the show. Like, something to do with their powers, like, computer crap. But I like the costumes. Like, I don't know. I like the helmets. The costumes are alright.
I think it was also I don't like the shapes on the visors, because they look a bit weird, especially when you got a star on your face, as the Red Ranger does.
Star around.
You know. I mean, I could get behind the symbol that the Gold Ranger had, right?
Yeah.
But when you got like a square shape and a rectangle shape and a triangle, it just makes it look like a bit of Yeah. I think the suits in Turbo, the helmets looked up for what they were, but the shape, the yellow with the black outline thing, the costumes just didn't have enough oomph to them either.
I don't know, like, looking at it now, and I was watching the recaps and stuff, I was like, you know what, the Turbo one, when you see them in person, not in person, but like, when it's not fine, when you see them around like normal people, it looks pretty good. Like, okay, because it feels like, you know, they went for a phase where, like, with comic book movie characters, like, their suits have those, like, sort of lines in it, like,
the texture lines or whatever.
Yeah. So and it had them, and like, okay, they look pretty cool. As a kind of a bit ahead of his time, so I didn't really mind it. The helmets were pretty detailed, so I like the helmets. Yeah.
The Power Rangers in space costumes with the strip that has the different.
Yeah, that bit's weird, but I get it. The helmets.
I know, it just looked like a downgrade, even though this is like years later as well.
Yeah. Helmets are okay, but I think the top bit's meant to light up and do something, but I can't remember what.
Power Rangers Lost Galaxy with the zigzag pattern, no, the up down ridge kind of.
It's been like the teeth in it, like teeth.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, it just looked too straightforward. So some of these things you're like, I don't know, that doesn't seem like an upgrade to me.
No.
Especially when I'm looking at Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Lightspeed Rescue looks the worst.
Red Ranger looks like he's from Umbrella Corporation.
Yeah. And the others just look like, we don't know how to. Any other shapes we know is a square, so let's do kind of weird variations of squares. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Time Force with the arrows. No, but it's
alright. Yeah.
Wild Fury with the Wild Force. Sorry, with the like a gold strip across it. They just look like there's been less effort. Unfortunately, I would say there's been like less effort to put in the costumes, like designs. I know they're meant to look like their team, but at the same time.
But if you look at them, right, all of the gold like scratch things are different because like one hasn't got any on them, one's got 3, one's got 5. So I kind of like that.
Well, they got a certain number, right? They got a certain number of stripes per character.
And then I like the helmets; they're cool. And then Ninja Storm, I like the Ninja Storm ones, but I did like the show, so that's. Yeah.
Well, I have to say, like looking at is he the purple one, the blue one? Wait, there's a light blue one, right?
There's the yellow for basically Ninja Storm. There's 3 Rangers at first, and then you got the I think they're called the Crimson. Yeah, the Crimson and Navy Ranger, which is the other red and the other blue one. And
they look like there's something. They got their shoulder pads and stuff like that. They got like very like they got their helmets and stuff. They've got stuff on it. They've got the circle thing. Like they've got enough color and with enough gold to break it up and make it look like there's something. I don't want to say, when like Superman doesn't have trunks and then he does have trunks. Or actually, no. With Superman is fine because we see Man of Steel costumes fine. Right?
Yeah.
It's when if Batman has trunks or not, right?
Yeah.
It looks weird.
Yeah. And then
because that's why they didn't give him trunks in the movies.
Yeah, because it was so weird. And they like this. I like Silver because it's meant to be like the light chainmetal like Ninja's house. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
Dino Thunder feels like a cheap child costume to me.
Yeah.
The only one that's kind of good there is that White Ranger in the corner.
Yeah.
This is where Tommy came back as well. Yeah.
SPD.
Looks
my goodness.
Like the contrast with the arms looks okay, but besides that, no.
I like that they incorporate the numbers on them.
Yeah,
but the way they did it doesn't look good.
No. Mystic Force, if I remember correctly, the costumes don't look because you only can see the side of them there, but they don't look that bad if I remember correctly.
Okay. They use their capes though. Do they use them as a do they use like how Batman swirls it around and stuff like that? If you got a cape, you got to be dramatic with it.
They did for like their pose stuff like the capes.
Yeah.
So
all right.
Yeah.
Even though I can't see fully on the costumes, but I like the what they've got on the helmets, right?
Yeah.
But if they got the capes and they're using it like that for dramatic flair, okay.
Man, that was all right. I remember Overdrive looks kind of actually I don't know. Is that passable because of the glove bits, but it's got like the silver rings around it. It's kind of different.
I think they look a bit more like suits and less like costumes.
Yeah.
At this point, but then when they go to Jungle Fury, they start looking more still like costumes.
Yeah.
And the one that looks like it's the purple one with the Purple Ranger with the black.
Yeah.
Looks the best.
Yeah, that's the best. They say that. Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah. Jungle Fury. Yeah, I remember the song for that as well.
It looks like a Black Panther kind of knockoff, but like it gives those vibes where the rest of them doesn't. He seems like he's actually he got his costume designed
by someone. Yeah, rather than like generic. Here we go, the other ones. Okay. RPM. Sorry.
Yeah. No. They look.
Oh.
Samurai, Super Samurai do not look good either.
The helmets look dope, but yeah, I don't know, it's kind of budget. I don't mind the one where they have like the jackets.
Oh, you mean okay? So there's Mega Force and Super Mega Force.
Oh no, the Super Samurai and the Mega Force. Okay.
Oh, you mean the Super Samurai version of the Gotcha. Yeah, they look a bit more of an upgrade. I will say, Super Mega Force makes them look like they're space pirates.
I kind of like that. I don't know what it is. Like, it's the jacket.
So Mega Force makes them look like they are
chauffeurs.
Well, something like that, right? The valets, upper class kind of butler thing.
Yeah.
And then Mega Force is like, we'll go to space and we'll just rob someone.
Yeah, we're space pirates now. Like, okay. How'd you go from one career to the other? Okay, sure.
Yeah. Unless, of course, you're going to say they're both butler cafes.
Yeah. But if I remember correctly, Mega Force might be the ones where they were able to use other Power Rangers powers. Yeah, there's a season where they're able to do that. And I think that's why I was going to go back into watching it, and I just didn't. Dino Chargers. I don't know. I like the kind of like shoulder pad. Super Dino Chargers. I don't know.
So I can't see the costumes specifically for there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the helmets that with the visors that look almost covered in black at the face, right? But they look like the with their American football armor.
Yeah.
I don't know. In motion, maybe it looks better. I don't know. They definitely look like they're supercharged from the previous one, though.
No.
Like how many versions can you supercharge up? Can you Mega and Ultra? Ninja Steel. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, the helmets look pretty cool, but.
Hold on, there's more, right? This ends at 2017.
Yeah, because Power Rangers ended like 3 years ago, right? Or
yeah.
So what's up?
But unfortunately, it seems to me, the original costumes. Do you think the original costumes are the most standout ones?
I say for me it is because that's what I first knew. So it's like gonna be my favorite, obviously, and the one that's down the most. But like. Maybe if, say, I started watching from started watching from like Mystic Force or SPD, they would be my favorite.
Design-wise, I don't think I like them. I don't know if I would have the same reasoning as you, as in the sense of, if I watched from here today, it just seemed like they does start looking more. Look, they might be more appropriate for the Super Sentai versions.
Yeah.
But for the American versions, they don't seem as cool.
Yeah, because like
I also think they probably had the best swords at the very beginning of the series as well.
I don't know.
Which is unfortunate.
I don't know.
Which swords do you think was better than the dinosaurs?
I don't think any. If I'm on like when like the Zords are cool and everything. Like my favorite obviously going to be, I'm going to say the White Tiger Zord is the best sword ever, or Dragon Zord. But like none, like I don't know, because the Mega Zord doesn't really make any sense.
Okay.
To me, because like why does a Mastodon have M's on its chest? You know what I mean? It's a weird little like design like that.
Wait. Let me just say, the Zords don't need to make any sense.
I know they don't, but like, just kind of look at it like, okay, that's a bit. But I don't know. I think for me, probably my favorite would be probably the Thunder Zords. Yeah, because I like the Shogun Thunder Megazord.
All right.
And then I don't know, because Zeo, as much as I like Zeo, the Zords weren't really. I didn't really care for the Zords, if I'm honest. They were just like sort of there.
Okay.
Space was just space stations that just turned into robots, so there wasn't really anything.
Yeah.
And Turbo, like I said, just cars. I don't really give. I like Transformers.
They're not impressive, unfortunately.
No. So yeah, I'd have to go with the Thunder Megazords. Swords were like my favorites. Strangely, yeah.
Okay.
And the Dragon Zord, because Dragon Zord was awesome. Still to this day. But there is, I'll tell you, there is like I can't remember. Let me see if I can find it. I'll send it to you. Megazord. I think it's Rev. There's like a Megazord that looks awesome. Like it's a redesign of the old one. But,
would you say it's a modernized version of the old one?
Modernized, yeah. It's like an official one as well. It's modernized.
Okay.
And I was close to buying it. Oh.
Yeah.
Where is it? Let me see if I can find it.
Why didn't you buy it? Why didn't you?
I don't know. There was a reason why. But I can't remember. It was probably a stupid reason. Right, I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
Alright. Give me a sec.
Maybe I'm awaiting.
One second. I know wrong.
So speaking of, by the way, as well. Now some of the Ranger actors that we were saying before has been in other things, but I noticed what's the dude from Jessica Jones?
Yeah. That's where you got your start in Power Rangers. Yeah.
But also in Spartacus as well. Yeah.
And
you know what? I think you would enjoy Spartacus, Blood and Sand, because Jai Courtney's in it. Young Jai Courtney, right?
Everyone's favorite actor.
When he had his curly blonde hair.
Yeah.
And then when you watch it, because you've seen Arrowverse, all these Arrowverse actors like Manu Bennett and
they're all.
Yeah. and the guy who plays Spartacus in season 2,
Yeah.
he's the Weather Wizard, but not the original Weather Wizard.
Yeah,
He's the Weather Wizard's brother. Yeah, you'll see a whole bunch of people like Captain Boomerang as well. But yes, he's also in it as well. He's also in Spartacus.
And
okay, that is a really good Megazord, because also the pterodactyl actually does something other than stick on the front of it.
Yeah. And then
another. Well, it looks all. You know what? I have to say, looking at this looks like some sort of kind of semi-organic being ish.
Yeah.
Because it's got wings, and then the mastodon's is like his fist, and it looks like it joins together.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like I said, that's why I kind of like this version I prefer than the original. I'm like, oh, okay.
I will say though, considering it's probably for children, when you get wings like that.
Nah, I think it's for like adult.
The T-Rex actually looks really good, by the way. The separate part.
That's the same, man. Like, if I can still probably get it, I might. To be fair.
I think it's a Redux version. It does look really good.
Yeah.
I've just seen the Metal Power Thunder Megazord as well, which looks like
Mega Pat. Wait,
something else. Yeah, it looks good as well. I just seen the price for it, by the way. It's £176 on this website. So I have to say, I'm kind of not surprised that they are that much money.
Yeah.
Considering they went to look like redesigning it and sales and stuff. But can you take it apart, or is it just a statue? That's the thing. If you could take it apart and put it together,
then awesome.
Yeah, then it'd probably be worth the
money, innit? Well,
the money.
If you can't, then like no.
Oh my goodness, you can. It's £400.
Ew.
But I don't think it comes with the Dragon Sword, and it doesn't come with the Titanus.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Dino Megazord, yeah, action and transform.
Yeah, nah. Not. No.
Yeah.
And there was some. Quickly going back to the actors as well, because I know one of the guys I think the Red Ranger in Power Rangers Ninja Storm. He went on to do a few things. I think he was in like Hawaii Five-0 and stuff like that, but then he ended up accidentally he died. Well, yeah.
There was also this guy, one of the actors, Archie. I remember his name. Is that?
Yeah.
He was in CSI.
Yeah.
As a one of the
yeah.
But his actual name is Archie.
Yeah.
And they called him his character name, so that's why I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in.
But I didn't know him. I knew him from CSI before I knew him from Power Rangers.
Because I remember seeing him on CSI. I was like, he looks strangely familiar, and I was like, oh, mum, I got from Power Rangers. Like, okay. And then just you remember like, yep. And then, one of the Pink Rangers went on to do quite a few things as well.
Which Pink Ranger?
Oh, I can't remember.
The original Pink Ranger?
No, she did actually. She did. There was another one went on to. I know another one went on. I said there's another Yellow Ranger. I can't remember them now. I know one became a murderer.
One of the Pink Rangers became a voice actress.
Yeah.
I think it's the one that did In Space. The third Pink Ranger.
Yeah. Cassie.
Yeah. Who's the fire lady now?
Yeah, because she was helping out the LA fires, isn't it?
Yeah. But she actually does her full-time job now.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Good for you, Cassie. Good for you. And then one Power Ranger became a murderer. We know that.
Yeah. Dicey stuff.
Yeah, and That's all I can kind of think of at the moment.
Hey, look, that's the thing, right? It's strange how people proceed from certain points here. Like, but
how do you get to that point? Yeah. How do you get from here to here? Yeah. And he was one of them. Ooh. But and then Power Rangers dope. I mentioned this earlier, so I'm gonna mention it again. Yeah, I'm gonna rank what I think of the Power Rangers theme songs.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Obviously, right. You would think I'm gonna say Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is the best one out of all of them, but it's not.
Okay.
Right. I've actually heard all the songs up to Megaforce, right?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not included the Megaforce one, because the Megaforce is like a revamped new version of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers theme song, like that one.
Okay.
Yeah. But Power Rangers Zeo is probably my favorite.
Right.
Because it's just the angelic beginning. Zeo, all that stuff. It's so uplifting, right? I've listened to sometimes in the gym. And then Space is alright. Because like the ones in the Zordon Saga, right? All of them have a little bit of the Go Power Rangers in it somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And then which one is it? There's a weird one. I just remember the lyrics because it's some weird rap at the beginning talking about walking in the desert for 5 days. Oh, which one is it?
Is that Turbo in Space? So I feel like I heard it.
It's a later one.
Oh, okay.
It's I think it might be Power Rangers RPD.
I think in my head, right, when I'm listening to the revamped songs or stuff like it just doesn't sound as good as the heart pumping original, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Everything else to me sounds like you can't match that.
No, I agree with you, but like some of them, like the kids would say, slap. Like Power Rangers Samurai Force doesn't really, but yeah, there's a few of them. Are like, oh, okay, that's a pretty.
I do wonder what the original Japanese version of the song was, of those theme songs were, because sometimes the American version is better.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if you've ever heard the original Pokemon theme song.
No.
It is not as good as the Americanized version.
No, that's.
And I thought that the Americans lifted their version from the Japanese version. No.
That's a completely new thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And you even had the guy who sang the American version sing a version of that in Japanese.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Gangster. But you're saying that's true because, like, sometimes, like, for example, obviously the Japanese Dragon Ball songs are going to be better than English ones, right?
Well, they directly, well, except for the one where the blue water, is it the blue water one where they're talking about another time in space?
Oh my god, yeah.
But the other ones are basically the same with the English lyrics over it.
Yeah.
Except for Rock the Dragon or whatever they were doing at that time because whatever. But speaking of though, I did listen to the Power Rangers soundtrack.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it. The Power Rangers the movie soundtrack. I did enjoy it. Yeah, I think
right?
Shampoo, like when you listen to it enough times, you're like, all right, okay, fine, right.
Yeah.
And I did watch the two video versions of the Shampoo All the Way in Trouble. The original version where they are walking around the streets of London late at night trying to catch a bus, a taxi, and the policeman.
Which makes sense, right? Yeah.
And then the wacky Power Rangers version.
Yeah.
With Bulk and Skull and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, all right, okay,
like, sure, I guess.
Yeah, green screen, but whatever.
Yeah.
But there's and it does give me the vibes of the Transformers soundtrack, but not quite as good, right? But they seem to have some of those bands of that era at that time.
Yeah.
Especially the one that is basically the end song for when the Power Rangers have the fireworks.
Yeah.
But there's one. I know you probably don't listen to the Crow soundtrack, so you haven't had it in your head enough. But there is a track. So by Grain Revel, who did the Daredevil soundtrack and the Crow soundtrack as well.
Okay, yeah.
And did some other things as well, but he did the soundtrack for this, and it is a rip-off of a version of one of the songs that are in the Crow soundtrack.
Okay.
And the track on here is called Firebird. Now, Firebird, we know, I'm linking everything together in my head.
Yeah.
A Firebird is a phoenix, yes?
Yeah.
And the crow has a bird that brings you back from the dead, yes?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The strings.
But then it could be related to, Kimberly did have the crane and her Thunderzord was called the Thunderbird.
Who knows though? It was just like when I was looking at it, I was like, did they mean to be did someone just be like, oh, let's convolute this, yeah? Or
it's like, they can't sue us if we call it this.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the Nine Inch Nails did a cover of a song that Joy Division called. I can't remember what it was now, but that's what it is. It's called the Firebird in the Power Rangers Mighty Morphin album.
Yeah, okay.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, the album.
Yeah. And you would agree with me, right? The movie version of the theme song is the best theme song ever, right?
You know, I will say, because I wasn't used to it, but then when I listened to it a couple of times, I was like, yeah, actually, you know what, yeah. It's just like when you listen to the full Pokemon theme song and like, oh, so I was watching a video where they did it in a concert, right?
Yeah.
And everyone was singing the main bits that everyone.
And then after that, they're like,
and then you had the one guy carrying everyone who actually knew the rest of the lyrics and was singing it.
Yeah.
And then everyone jumped back into the chorus.
Yeah, I was that guy. Yeah, because I had a Pokemon soundtrack as well. I had both. I had the TV soundtrack. Yeah. And the soundtrack for the first two movies. Yeah.
For Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was that kid.
Japanese?
Back then. No.
Oh, okay.
This is before that stuff. Before.
All right. No, just checking. I just didn't know because sometimes even though I don't understand the lyrics of I listen to Dragon Ball theme songs and they're in Japanese and I don't, you know.
Yeah. Because that's before that. Because I think. Yeah, that was before. I went until say about 2002. I would try and get like imported stuff because I think that's how I got like some of the DDR soundtracks. Yeah, because import they cost me like stupid amount of money. Yeah.
I remember. I think I was looking for the Metal Gear Solid soundtrack, and that was buckets.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Next time maybe. Next time
never happened. But it's just the amount because I even tried it for Jet Set Radio soundtrack and and this was say about 2003, so the game would have been about 3 years old at that point, right?
Yeah.
And I was looking on like the early days of like eBay and I think somewhere else and it was like 80 pounds and like back then that's a lot of money. So think about inflation now, that's probably I think I looked for it again recently. It was like £200. I'm not paying anything.
Video game soundtracks aren't cheap. I will say what is cheap is when you could buy a PlayStation game, put it in your CD player, and you could listen to the tracks. Right? Yeah. You'd have to skip the first track because I think that was just the reading the.
Yeah.
And the last track as well, right?
Yeah.
But then they stopped that, and then they're like, nah,
you got to buy the soundtracks. Yeah. And it's been the same ever since. Now you can download our soundtracks. Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we giving these people free stuff? Nah.
We could make money off of these jumps, and they have, because no one said no. So
exactly.
We are now.
So you said just before we signed off, you played the Power Rangers video game on the Mega Drive.
Yep.
And did you play the Super NES version?
Yeah, later on I played the SNES version.
So I saw a video somewhere saying the Game Gear version is actually meant to be the best version.
Where is it?
Yeah, have a look at that. Have a look at it, see if you can find it somewhere.
Okay.
As in just to, because maybe, maybe like so in the Game Gear version, you different Rangers have different powers.
Yeah.
To do specific things, and then you can unlock characters, and you can unlock the different villains of the series, and you can have a Megazord fight as well.
Oh, cool! All right.
And they were like, "How much effort did you put in this game?"
Yeah.
Within 16-bit consoles at the time didn't put this much effort into it.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. And then, have you played the PlayStation? Is it PlayStation 3 or 4 game?
What the 2D beat 'em up sort of one?
Yeah, the 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up. That is like a throwback to the days of Double Dragon. And,
I have that, and then I need to get the new one. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. I need to get that as well.
Oh yeah? Is that like what's that?
That it's kind of like the Streets of Rage 4 and the new Turtles.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's basically made by the same people with that, so I need to.
Okay.
At some point soon. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I was that Power Ranger kid I was that Power Ranger kid, so I've done most of that stuff.
Did you go Halloween dress up as a Power Ranger?
No, that's the only thing I didn't do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for some reason I didn't do that, and it was weird because my parents had a thing about buying us weapons, so we weren't allowed to get the weapons. But then my friend had the Dragon Dagger and gave it to me.
Yeah. Did it have the flute?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He pressed it. It was awesome. And then it went till years later.
I can imagine, by the way, with that axe or the knife. I mean, the sword. Yeah.
And then once years later, when me and my brother got a bit older, by the time Space came out, no, sorry, what's the other one? Zeo came out. My brother was able to get the Gold Rangers staff dagger thing. Right. Yeah, and that's pretty cool. I think that's still around here somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and speaking of which, remember last time I said I got pictures? I found those pictures.
Oh my goodness! All right.
1 second.
Wait, okay. No, he's just taking his headset off, so I was just about to ask him something, but he's not there to answer me, so I'll have to wait till he comes back, which is in just a second. All right, headset coming back on.
Here I am.
Polaroid pictures.
No, like it's actual.
Oh, okay.
That's me with Jason Frank, R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yep. Okay. How much did you pay for that, by the way?
I think that one I paid. I think I paid 30 for that.
But have to meet and take a picture, yeah. Yeah. How long were you speaking to the guy for?
About a minute.
Yeah, okay, so literally it wasn't like table signing, whatever. It was just like, come get your picture. Because sometimes they do it where you get the picture signed, or take the picture and then get it signed afterwards, but then you have to queue at two different times or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
And I was like, hey, he's pretty cool. Like, how you doing, man? I was like, I'm great. You're my favorite Ranger. Oh, thank you, dude. Like, yeah, thanks. And then me with Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh yeah, okay. Not in his. He hasn't got his Ranger helmet with him. Same day. Was it the same day?
Same day. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because you look like you're in the same T-shirt there.
Because that one cost me 15.
Okay.
Yeah, and I spoke to him about a good 2 minutes. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then another. This is so random. I'm gonna show it anyway. Actually, I got two on the show. This is not even Power Ranger related, but still. Me with Cope, the Radar Superstar.
The Radar Superstar. Yep.
And my mum got a picture of him as well, and like he.
Your mum got a picture of Cope.
Yeah, my mum likes it because she saw him in what was it? Haven. That show he was in Haven.
Yeah. I did watch that show, by the way.
And then.
Oh. Wait on. Is it Haven? No, it wasn't. There was another show.
He was in Vikings, and he's in.
No, not Edge. The lady that was playing Becky G's mum in 2017 Power Rangers.
Yeah.
She was in Smallville, but she was also in something else. Not Haven, but there's another show. A town called Eureka. That's what.
Yeah, I remember Town you called Eureka.
Yeah. She was the sheriff in that or something like that. She was with the. She was.
Yeah.
Not the sheriff, but the secretary.
But the secretary, yeah. And then me with Solid Snake. David Hayter.
Oh yeah, David Hayter himself. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome times.
Oh, so actually, that is kind of relevant, I will say, because I know we're not going to find another chance to talk about Guy the Dark Hero, right? But Steve Wang, who directed some of that, directed some of Power Rangers, and some of the costumes from Guy the Dark Hero. I think they tried to get him to do the movie.
Yeah.
Because he did Guy the Dark Hero. This was when I watched it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this guy probably did Power Rangers, and then he did a Guy the Dark Hero or something. Like they looked like they were the same sort of costume.
Yeah.
Like, but no, it was the other way around. So it was like, okay,
Oh, yeah. I need to watch that again. I ain't seen it for years.
Oh, have you seen? What's the first Guy of the film called?
Matronics?
Matronics. That's it. Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
With the Zoinoid who was rapping.
Yeah.
And people call him the Black Zoinoid because
rapping and a tapping. Yeah, sorry.
And he had gold chains, and you're like, come on, man. Even though stereotypes are it's like, so we just if you watch that out of context, because I think he is actually black and then he transformed. But if you just watch that, you'd be like, yeah. So just like in Transformers, the first Michael Bay movie, where Megatron's fighting one of these Transformers, and I can't remember what he says, but the way he acts and stuff like that. But I just knew the line of he's like, Megatron, you want a piece of me? And then Megatron grabs it, tears it in half, and goes, no, I'll have two pieces. Like,
you're like, okay.
Megatron, you killed the only black Transformer.
And then the second one when they had the super racist black Transformers. Yeah. Let's speak about the matter.
All right, okay. Power coins. Yeah. Shut up. How much were they?
You know what? I got these dirt cheap.
Oh yeah.
Recently,
and, eBay.
No, off of Zavi. Because
Official merchandise.
Yeah, official merchandise. It's even like at the back it says like one of.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. How much?
I think I paid like 20 quid for them. There's maybe more, but I think I just want to get rid of them. So I was like, okay, cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did you get a certificate of authenticity as well?
Yeah, it's here somewhere. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, oh,
See,
okay,
I've got the Dragon Balls, but I know they're knockoff version because the print on the front is not good.
Because my brother did the same.
You can see the lines of whatever they printed, the printer ink and stuff like that, and it's fading into the black. You know when you have shadows on the official merchandise and it's there, but when it's like they scanned the photocopy and then printed out the photocopy, and you're like, yeah, no.
You're like, I know what you did there.
Yeah.
Because my brother got this. He bought the same. He bought some Dragon Balls from like, was it MCM Comic Con years ago?
Yeah.
And once we got home, he was like, huh. I was like, what? He was, look at this, and he had like 2 5-star Dragon Balls in there. It's like,
they're cheap to knock off though. That's the thing. Isn't it? So I mean, yeah.
And it's like you can't go back to get a refund or change it because I'm going to see these guys ever again. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Any other Power Rangers related stuff you have there that you want to show off?
No,
before we, because we're not really going to talk about Power Rangers related stuff. We've done 3 episodes on it.
I felt one more. Just this little Green Ranger figure.
Oh, nice! It's nice. I like them figures. Not the pop. That's not a Funko Pop figure, but it looks like a similar brand.
Yeah, I can't remember where my brother got it from. Somewhere, another country. I can't remember where it from.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it on my Power Rangers memorabilia that I have.
Well, we'll if you I mean, I don't have any Power Rangers related stuff, but let's just say you do find something random that is Power Rangers related. We'll just tag at the end of when we talk about VR Troopers.
Yeah.
I know you have thoughts about that.
Yeah, big thoughts about that. Yeah.
Actually, would you watch the original cut of VR Troopers if we can find it, where Jason David Frank is?
I like to see
Ryan.
That. Yeah.
I don't know if he's Ryan Steele. But he's definitely. I think the character's called Ryan.
He's the main character either way. Yeah, but I can't remember whatever happens if he's.
All right, let me see. I mean, it could be on YouTube because the Power Rangers official channel is on YouTube, so it might be the set Heim Sabine or whatever. Sabine Entertainment might have the whatever. You know what I mean? You could find it somewhere. Okay. All right. That is us signing off for this episode of Multiverse. I was going to say Power Rangers, but it's not because Power Rangers Zeo in Space and Turbo.
Yeah.
I'm the man who now has to shift into Turbo. CY Chong.
And I am the man who is the shining. Wait, I am the man who is pure goodness in energy form.
Okay.
Yeah, like Zordon, the abusive father. And I don't know why I said it like that. That's really mean.
No, because you're thinking of the movie version of the 2017 movie version, which because he's a bit of a
douche,
hard-hearted one at the beginning, because he's trying to save the Earth and the teenagers aren't quite cutting the mustard.
Yeah, because in the original versions, doesn't seem like Earth's that much in danger. How Zordon acts at first, like, oh
yeah. Earth's never in danger, apparently.
But,
you
know. Yeah, and thank you guys for listening. Let's talk about that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, watch us on YouTube, and if you're listening to the audio realm, don't forget to give us a 5-star review, leave us a question or whatever. Also, you can find all our contact details at the top of the screen if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, if you listen to this, it should be in the description part of the podcast. And until next time, guys, I'd like to thank you all for taking a trip with us around this Zordon-centric multiverse. See what I did there? See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Go, Power Rangers.